The journey of the Chosen One has been marked by countless challenges, moments where the world tried to tear them down and forces that seemed determined to diminish their light. However, divine justice does not fail, and now the very community that once turned its back on them is watching in silence as the Chosen One rises to unprecedented heights. What once seemed like an impossible battle is now a story of vindication, one that speaks louder than any words ever could. This is not just a story of spiritual elevation, but of the legal consequences that have come crashing down on the very people who tried to pull the Chosen One into the mud. As they sit in forced silence, the Chosen One's rise becomes even more powerful. In this video, we'll delve into how silence became the ultimate weapon in the Chosen One's fight for justice. It is a silence that has not only proven their integrity, but has shown the world that truth cannot be silenced no matter how loud the lies once were. Before we get started, I invite you to take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment Chosen One below. Let's continue to spread the message of divine justice, trust in the process, and the strength of staying true to our path. Together we rise. There is a profound strength that resides in silence. It is not an absence of sound, but a space in which truth grows undisturbed and unchallenged. The very community that once rallied against you, whispering lies, spreading rumors, and plotting your downfall, has now been forced into a deep silence. It is in this moment of stillness that your true power begins to shine. You might have expected noise, accusations, and the battle to continue, but instead you are met with a deafening quiet. This silence is not just the absence of words, it is a declaration. It is the universe's way of showing that justice has been served, not in the way they expected, but in a manner far more powerful than anything they could have imagined. They wanted to tear you down with their words, but all they've done is created the space for your truth to rise even higher. As they remain speechless, trying to process the consequences of their actions, you are steadily moving forward, growing stronger, more confident, and more aligned with your divine purpose. Your power is no longer in your response to their attacks, but in your refusal to engage with the noise. Your journey, your story, your destiny are all unfolding in a way that is undeniable. What they failed to see, what they could never have understood, is that your silence has become your strength. Their words were meant to tear you down, but your silence has built you up in ways they never expected. In the past, you may have been drawn into the noise feeling as though you had to defend yourself, to shout back, to prove your worth. But now you stand still, grounded in your truth, knowing that your integrity and authenticity are the most powerful weapons in this fight. It is in this silence that you become untouchable. Your enemies, once so confident in their ability to destroy you, are now finding themselves in a position where they have no words left to speak. The legal measures that have been taken against them have left them speechless, and it's here that you begin to understand the power of divine justice. The silence is not just their punishment, it is your vindication. They thought they could destroy you with their words, but what they didn't realize is that every lie, every false accusation, every malicious intent has been noted by the universe, by the law, and by those who saw the truth all along. The very silence they now find themselves in is the sound of their defeat. They are forced to remain silent because the consequences of their actions are now evident. What they once believed to be a coordinated attack on your character has turned into a legal and spiritual case against them. Every word they spoke about you, every lie they told, every rumor they spread has now been turned into documented evidence, and they have no choice but to sit in the silence of their own making. What makes this silence so powerful is that it speaks volumes. It is the silence of guilt. It is the silence of realization. They wanted to silence you, to shut you down, to make you feel small and insignificant. But now it is they who are silenced. They can no longer speak your name without legal consequences. Their words, which once carried so much power, have now become their downfall. Your silence has become a mirror to their actions. Each word they spoke, each plan they made, each accusation they hurled has now turned back on them. They are now left to reckon with the truth that they tried to bury. You didn't need to lift a finger to defend yourself. You didn't need to stoop to their level or engage in their drama. While they were busy weaving their lies, documenting their attacks, and coordinating their smear campaign, you simply continued to be yourself. Your authenticity was the key to your survival. Your refusal to engage with their drama became the very thing that exposed their obsession with you. They wanted you to react, to fight back, to prove them wrong, but your silence was the most powerful statement you could make. It was the statement that no matter how hard they tried, no matter how loud they screamed, they couldn't touch you. They couldn't break you. They couldn't shake your truth. In this silence, you are finally able to hear the voice of your own spirit, your own soul as it rises above the noise. You are no longer defined by their accusations, their criticisms, or their attempts to tear you down. You are defined by your truth, your strength, and your unwavering connection to your divine purpose. The silence which they thought would be your downfall has become the very foundation of your rise. And as you stand tall in the midst of this silence, you begin to understand that it is not just the absence of sound, but the presence of divine justice. Every moment of silence is a moment of victory. Every quiet moment is a step closer to the fulfillment of your destiny. While they sit in silence, forced to reckon with the consequences of their actions, you rise stronger, more powerful, and more aligned with your divine purpose than ever before. This is your time, and the silence around you is not just a pause, it's the universe's applause, the acknowledgement of your resilience, your truth, and your unwavering strength. The silence is your victory song. And as you move forward, you know that nothing can touch you. You are untouchable. You are the chosen one. The moment of reckoning has arrived, and it is unfolding in the most unexpected of places, the courtroom. What once seemed like a distant spiritual battle, one fought in the shadows, is now being laid bare under the harsh light of the law. The very system that was once believed to be unreachable has become the place where justice is being served, and it is no coincidence. Karma has met the courtroom, and your enemies are now facing the undeniable consequences of their actions. Their lies, deceit, and malicious intent, which they thought could be buried in secrecy, have been brought to the surface. Their attempts to destroy your character, to assassinate your reputation, have not only failed, they have become the very evidence that will now seal their fate. This is not just a victory of the spirit, it is a triumph of truth, documented and validated by the legal system. The defamation that once rained down on you, fueled by jealousy, insecurity, and bitterness, has now been carefully preserved in legal documents. It is no longer their word against yours, but rather the weight of evidence, text messages, emails, recordings, and testimonies that clearly illustrates the coordinated attack they launched against you. Each lie they told, each rumor they spread, every whisper designed to tear you down has now become the foundation of the case against them. What they thought would go unnoticed is now being used as undeniable proof of their malice. Their smear campaign, once thought to be hidden in the shadows, has turned into the very weapon that will destroy their credibility. You never had to fight back with words or gestures, their own actions have done all the talking. It's a powerful reminder that even the most well-hidden lies cannot escape the light of truth forever. The evidence is clear, and now the tables have turned. Where once they sought to accuse you of untruths, they are now forced to face the truth of their own actions in front of a court of law. It is here in the courtroom that the full extent of their wrongdoing is being revealed. They thought they could destroy you, humiliate you, and isolate you with their false accusations. But what they didn't realize is that every action they took, every attempt to tear you down, has been meticulously documented. Every time they gathered others to join in their campaign against you, they unknowingly created more evidence. Every defamation, every rumor, every calculated attempt to damage your reputation has now become part of the legal record. And now those who once stood with them are retreating, realizing the depth of the situation they've found themselves in. The courtroom where they once imagined themselves as victorious is now where their defeat will be sealed. Their arrogance, their certainty that they could manipulate the truth to suit their needs has been their downfall. They underestimated the power of divine justice and legal accountability. They thought they could escape the consequences of their actions, but the legal system is unyielding, just as divine justice always is. There is nowhere left for them to hide. It is in the moments of silence that the true nature of defamation reveals itself. The legal consequences of their actions have emerged as a stark reality. What was once thought to be a spiritual battle, one fought with whispers, rumors, and falsehoods, has now materialized in the form of undeniable legal evidence. Their lies are no longer intangible. They are now facts on paper, binding them to the consequences of their actions. The revelation of defamation is a powerful moment of realization, not only for your attackers, but for everyone who witnessed their actions. The moment their lies became legal documents, they ceased to be rumors and gossip. What was once an attempt to destroy your life through whispered words is now a criminal act punishable by law. This shift in perspective is crucial. The spiritual warfare they waged against you using your name as a weapon has now been transformed into a matter of public record. They are no longer hidden in the shadows. They are exposed in the light, their actions now irrevocably linked to the legal consequences they will face. This legal revelation is not just about defending your character. It is about holding others accountable for their actions. It is about demonstrating that there are real consequences to the lies people tell and the harm they inflict on others. The defamation they spread about you has been documented in ways they never expected, and it is now a permanent part of their record. Every word they spoke in the darkness has now been illuminated by the light of justice. They thought they could erase their actions, but the law has ensured that their words have a lasting impact, and now they are left to reckon with the fallout. What makes this even more powerful is that their actions were not just harmful to you, they were harmful to the truth itself. The lies they told about you not only sought to destroy your character, but also distorted the reality that others perceived. They created a false narrative, a story that painted you as something you were not. But now the truth has come forward and it is undeniable. Every document, every piece of evidence, every recorded conversation has become a powerful tool that dismantles their lies piece by piece. The defamation they once thought would destroy you has instead become the instrument of their own undoing. As the legal consequences unfold, you can finally see the true power of your authenticity. You didn't need to fight back with words or retaliation. All you needed was the truth, and the truth, as it always does, has come to light. Their defamation is now their burden to carry. The weight of their lies is no longer yours to bear. And in this moment you are reminded of the power of truth. The law is the protector of truth, and it has spoken in your favor. Now those same people are retreating, distancing themselves from the chaos they helped create. The legal system has a way of cutting through the illusions people build, and it is forcing those who supported the attackers to face the reality of their actions. They can no longer hide behind the excuse of loyalty or ignorance. They are now fully aware of the consequences of their participation, and in this moment they must decide whether to continue to support the wrong or to stand with the truth. It's a powerful moment watching the very people who once sided with the attack on your character turn away, unable to bear the weight of their choices. The truth has a way of doing that. It forces people to face the reality of their actions, no matter how much they try to avoid it. The shift in the community is a clear sign that no one can escape divine or legal justice when it's time for accountability. The very people who once helped fuel the fire of defamation are now watching in silence, realizing that they too are implicated in the consequences of their support. This is not just a victory for you, it is a victory for truth. The community that once believed the lies is now coming face to face with the evidence of their wrongdoings. They are realizing that they too have been complicit in the defamation, and they must now reckon with the consequences of their choices. The shift in their allegiance is not just a sign of their retreat, it is a sign that justice is being served and the truth is reigning supreme. As you reflect on the journey you've been on, you realize something crucial. The very thing that they thought would be your downfall, your authenticity, has become your greatest weapon. While your attackers were caught up in weaving lies, creating narratives and building cases against you, you simply continued to live in your truth. You didn't need to fight their battle on their terms because your truth was already stronger than any weapon they could forge. In a world that often tries to mold people into something they are not, you stood firm in who you are, unwavering and unapologetic. Your authenticity, your unwavering connection to the truth became the key to your success. While the world was busy whispering, judging and making assumptions, you were out there living the life that was uniquely yours. And in doing so, you began to separate yourself from the masses. Your authenticity was not just a personal trait, it was a divine gift. It allowed you to stay grounded while chaos raged around you. It allowed you to stay steady while others crumbled. They could not touch you because they were attacking a version of you that didn't exist. They projected their own insecurities, fears, and assumptions onto you, but those projections never touched the truth of who you are. You didn't need to scream your worth or shout your defense from the rooftops. Your life was a living testament to your strength, your integrity, and your authenticity. That's what made them afraid, because they couldn't break you, and they couldn't see the strength that lay within you. In their pursuit to destroy you, they exposed their own weakness. They tried to paint you as something you were not, but the truth of who you were was so powerful that it could not be overshadowed. They tried to label you, categorize you, and even ostracize you, but they could never strip away the essence of who you were. And that essence, that core of authenticity, is what ultimately became your power. It's fascinating to look back and realize that while they were busy throwing their stones, you were walking your path with quiet grace. Their plans, no matter how elaborate, fell apart because they underestimated the strength of your inner truth. They tried to bring you down with words, lies, and manipulation, but they couldn't fathom the resilience that lay within you. You were never competing with them. They were competing with a version of you that existed only in their minds. Their battle was never with the real you. It was with the reflection of their own fears and projections. And as they struggled to defeat a ghost of their own creation, you continued to rise. Now as you stand at the pinnacle of your elevation, you see it clearly. They couldn't tear you down because they never understood what you were made of. They underestimated your ability to stay true to yourself, to remain grounded in your authenticity. Their efforts to manipulate, to confuse, and to isolate you have all been in vain because your authenticity became your armor. While they thought they could break you, your refusal to engage in their drama only exposed their own weaknesses. Every time they tried to draw you into their toxic world, you refused, and in doing so you made their plans fall apart. Their attack wasn't just on you, it was on the truth. And truth, as we know, has a power that lies and manipulation can never defeat. What's even more beautiful about this journey is the way that isolation has transformed into empowerment. The one who once tried to isolate you has now been left alone. They can no longer rally their forces against you because the very foundation they built their campaign on has crumbled. They isolated you in an attempt to break you, but in reality they only succeeded in pushing you into the arms of divine favor. While they sought to destroy you, you found strength in solitude. You found clarity in the quiet. And now, as they are left alone watching from the sidelines, you are surrounded by the support and favor you never had before. The same people who once turned away from you are now looking toward you in admiration and respect. And what's even more powerful is that the very people who once stood with them have now seen the truth and are stepping forward, recognizing that you were never the one in the wrong. In their attempt to isolate you, they actually gave you the space to grow. They thought that by removing you from the picture they could weaken you, but in truth they were only giving you the opportunity to rise higher. You've been elevated in ways they could never have imagined. Your strength, your resilience, your ability to remain true to yourself have all led you to this moment of divine empowerment. You were never meant to shrink or retreat into silence. You were meant to stand tall, to rise above, and to show the world that nothing, not even the most coordinated attack, could keep you from your divine destiny. This victory isn't just physical or legal, it's spiritual. It goes beyond the courtroom, beyond the legal documents, beyond the whispers and accusations. The universe has been taking notes every step of the way, recording every moment of your struggle, every tear you shed, and every instance where you refuse to retaliate with hatred or bitterness. Each lie they told, each accusation they made has only served to elevate you in the eyes of the divine. The universe has watched you endure, and now it is rewarding you. It's easy to get caught up in the physical aspects of justice court rulings, legal victories, and public vindication, but divine justice transcends the physical world. It operates on a different plane, one that is guided by principles far beyond human understanding. And it is in this realm that your victory truly lies. The legal consequences your enemies are facing are just the beginning. They may have thought they were winning when they attacked you, but the spiritual realm has already marked their defeat. The universe in its infinite wisdom has allowed you to face this battle because it knew that your endurance, your faith, and your authenticity would shine through. What they fail to realize is that karma is not just a spiritual law, it is one that manifests in the physical world. When someone wrongs another, there is always a cosmic debt that must be paid. Every action, every word, every choice leaves a mark on the soul, and those marks are never erased. Your attackers may have thought that their actions would go unnoticed, but the universe has made sure that everything they did has been recorded. And now they are facing the repercussions of their choices, not just in the physical world, but on a spiritual level as well. Your divine elevation is the manifestation of the universe's justice. While they may have tried to destroy you with lies, rumors, and attacks, you've been elevated beyond their reach. Your attackers are left to watch as you rise, unable to stop your divine elevation. What they didn't understand is that your strength comes from a higher power, one that cannot be shaken by their petty schemes. They thought they could destroy you, but instead they have only made you stronger. Their attempts to break you have only sharpened your resolve. And now, as you stand in the full glory of your divine vindication, they must watch from the sidelines, unable to touch you. The spiritual aspect of your victory is far more powerful than any legal or physical consequence. Your integrity, your authenticity, and your refusal to lower yourself to their level have made you a beacon of truth. While they tried to tear you down, you stood tall, rooted in your divine purpose. And now you are reaping the rewards of your steadfastness. The universe has not only protected you, but it has also elevated you, positioning you in a place where no one, no matter how much they try, can ever take away what is rightfully yours. As you stand in this moment of divine vindication, you realize that the real victory is not just the legal justice, the financial restoration, or the social redemption. It is the spiritual elevation that has come with it. The universe has not only cleared your name, but it has also raised you to new heights. Your victory is not just in the physical realm, it is in the spiritual realms as well. You've been promoted to a place of greater power, greater wisdom, and greater influence. And it is from this elevated position that you will continue to shine, continue to rise, and continue to fulfill your divine purpose. Your victory is a testament to the power of divine justice. It is a reminder that no matter how much the world tries to tear you down, your authenticity, your integrity, and your connection to the divine will always be your greatest strength. You are never meant to be defeated. You are always meant to rise. And now, as you stand in the light of your divine vindication, you realize that nothing, no lie, no attack, no person can ever take away the light that is within you. It is yours to keep, yours to share, and yours to use to elevate the world around you. The journey you've taken has been anything but easy. You faced obstacles that seemed insurmountable, endured attacks that sought to break your spirit, and lived through the noise of false accusations designed to take away your peace. But now, in the quiet aftermath of their efforts, there is something far more powerful unfolding, a victory so sweet, so resounding, that it drowns out all the chaos and noise of the past. The silence that once seemed like a weapon used against you is now the very sound of your victory. They thought they had control, didn't they? They thought they could manipulate the narrative, spin their lies, and create a false reality in which they were the righteous ones, and you were the villain. They thought they had power, believing that their words, their actions would bring you down. But in the end, their efforts have led to their own undoing. Every lie they told, every accusation they made has only served to strengthen your resolve and prove your authenticity. Their plans to isolate, discredit, and hurt you have all crumbled, and the silence that follows is the most beautiful sound of all. What once was an overwhelming noise of hatred and judgment has now been replaced by the stillness of truth. The very accusations they hurled at you are now like echoes in the distance, powerless and meaningless. As they sit in silence, unable to speak out, you rise stronger, more powerful, more connected to your divine purpose than ever before. Their words no longer hold weight. Your sense speaks louder than anything they could have ever said. It's the silence of divine justice, of spiritual elevation, and of personal triumph. In this moment, the roles have reversed. Where once they tried to drown out your voice, now they are forced to sit quietly as you continue to ascend. Your strength, resilience, and authenticity have become the beacon guiding you toward the destiny that was always meant for you. The silence surrounding you is not emptiness. It is the space where your victory is unfolding, and there is nothing they can do to stop it. As you rise, they sit helpless, watching the blessings and recognition that they once thought would be theirs slowly slip away and fall into your lap. Every step you take forward, every inch closer you get to your divine purpose, is a reminder to them of what they lost, the power, the control, the manipulation they once held over you. Their defeat has become their public spectacle as their own actions come to light, exposing their lies and revealing their true intentions. While your success quietly unfolds, their downfall becomes undeniable. The world is watching as they face the consequences of their actions, as the legal system, the universe, and divine justice hold them accountable. It's a bitter pill to swallow for those who thought they were in control. They believed they could take what was meant for you. They thought they could steal your peace, your purpose, and your prosperity. but now they are left with nothing but their own guilt and the knowledge that they are responsible for their own demise. You don't need to do anything to make them fall. You don't need to retaliate or seek revenge. The universe has already taken care of it for you. Your attackers are witnessing the very thing they feared the most, the power of truth, of divine timing, and of your unshakable strength. They tried to break you, but instead they have created the conditions for their own downfall. As they sit and watch, powerless to change their fate, you continue to rise. The contrast between your rise and their fall is so striking that it becomes the ultimate testament to the power of truth, authenticity, and divine justice. Now, as everything falls into place, you can see it clearly. Your ascension is inevitable. The road has been cleared. The people who tried to stop you have been removed from your path, and their hold over you is broken. The silence they imposed on you is now a testament to your strength. It is a mark of your victory, of your refusal to be silenced, and of your unwavering belief in your purpose. As you rise, you step into the life you were always meant to live. Your divine purpose is calling you forward, and every step you take is a confirmation that you are on the right path. The universe has aligned itself with your destiny, and nothing can stop the momentum that is now building behind you. Your ascension is not just a personal triumph, it is a spiritual elevation that cannot be undone. No matter how much they try to tear you down, no matter how much they try to control you, you have emerged victorious, stronger, and more aligned with your divine mission than ever before. The obstacles they placed before you have only served to propel you forward. Every lie they told, every attempt they made to destroy you, has only made your foundation stronger. You are standing taller, shining brighter, and moving faster toward your divine destiny. The success they tried to prevent is now yours, and it is flowing to you effortlessly. You are in alignment with your purpose, and the universe is backing you every step of the way. Your rise is not just a reflection of your inner strength, it is a reflection of divine favor, of the universe's plan for you, and of your unwavering commitment to stay true to who you are. As you look back on this journey, you see the depth of your transformation. What once seemed like a battle for survival has now become a story of divine vindication, spiritual elevation, and personal triumph. The trials you faced, the attacks that were meant to break you, have only served to propel you to greater heights. The very ones who tried to bring you down are now forced to watch as you rise stronger than ever. Your victory is not just about proving them wrong, it's about stepping into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. It's about embracing the divine purpose that's been unfolding before you, regardless of the obstacles in your way. Your journey has been long, and at times the road seemed uncertain. But now you stand in the light of your triumph, knowing that you were always destined for this moment. The silence that once tried to contain you is now the soundtrack of your victory. The very people who tried to silence you are now watching from the sidelines, unable to stop your rise. The judgment they passed on you, the accusations they made, the lies they told have all been revealed for what they are. Nothing more than attempts to hold you back. But you were never meant to be held back. You were always meant to rise. This is your moment, chosen one. The universe has spoken, and your victory is complete. As you move forward, step into your divine purpose with confidence and grace. The silence they imposed on you was merely the space for your greatness to shine. Now you are free to step into your destiny, knowing that you were chosen before they rejected you, and you remain chosen even in the face of their abandonment. Your victory is not just personal, it is spiritual, and it will ripple through the generations to come. This is your time to shine. You've emerged victorious, and your ascension is inevitable. The world will see your rise, and nothing can stand in your way. This is the moment when your divine purpose is fully realized and your life becomes the testimony of divine justice, authenticity, and the unstoppable force of truth. Your story is just beginning, and it is one of victory, elevation, and purpose.